This is the Morning Mimosas coming at you live from Suite 57 in the Village Green.
The Village Green.
One day, ladies, one day.
One day.
Well, we appreciate you listening this morning. It is Thursday, May 20-something. And it is hot.
The 23rd.
The 23rd, and it is hot and toasty.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hotter this weekend, too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
I know. Too bad you don't have your pool ready.
I cannot wait. I hate to tell my husband, but I'm not going to be worth a darn when I've got a pool and it's hot.
Well, you know, we may have to get the police department over for a remake of that video. You're going to have a pool now.
I feel like they could, Evie could come up with a few other things.
Yeah, I could practice drowning over there.
Yeah. Somebody's got to drown.
Somebody has to.
Well, we've got some guests in studio this morning with us because it is the first day of summer. We've got Maybe Miller and Cameron Rainey. Cammy, how are you ladies doing?
Welcome.
So, what are you going to do with your summer?
Swim!
Swim! If you weren't awake, you are now.
Yeah. So, what grade will you be going into maybe next year?
Third.
And what about you? Sixth grade. So you'll be starting middle school. Are you nervous about that?
Yes.
You are? Will you be in this? Will you get to stay in your same school, or you have to switch schools?
I have to switch.
And you're a little bit nervous? But most of your friends will be going to that same school.
Well, yeah, but one of them's being homeschooled.
Oh, one of them's being homeschooled. Well, it's gonna be okay because everybody, like, there's gonna be all the sixth graders are going through the same thing you are. It's gonna be all new to them too. So
Pretty exciting.
it's very exciting.
These ladies are also a big cheerleaders, not sports cheerleaders, but competitive cheerleaders.
Competitive cheerleading.
They'll be rocking the cheer clinic tonight at TTC. You guys excited about that?
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's good.
No.
It's like you guys are limiting a few words when you're on the air.
Oh, yeah. So, did both of you ladies have your back handsprings down?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's a...
And what about back tuck? Can you do back tuck?
Not standing, but we can do.
Now, can you explain to me what's the difference between what's a standing? What does that mean?
A standing back tuck is where you're standing still and you swing and then you can just do it.
Okay. I can't do any of that. I can do a cartwheel if y'all are impressed with that.
Actually, you say that, but when maybe was first going to gymnastics, I was like, oh, let me demonstrate a cartwhel. Ooh.
I hadn't done one in a
Yeah, I
while.
thought I might need an ambulance, so.
Yeah. I think the last time I tried one was probably about 8 years ago, and I think I almost sprained my wrist.
It was a lot. It was not what I remembered.
Yeah.
I'm glad I started with that demonstration rather than, I don't know, like a back bend or something.
Oh, yeah. Give the chiropractors in town some
Exactly. Well, we appreciate you joining us. So, anyway, well, what you got going on, Jessica?
Well, I'll tell you, I had a really good weekend this past weekend. Have you heard about Brushy Mountain Prison, and now it's open for tours?
I can say that I have not.
Well, it is, and this was in, I think it's called like Petros, something like that, Tennessee, but it's up near Kingsport, well, anyway, it takes a couple hours to get there, but it used to be this, like, a state maximum security prison. And It was opened in, like, 1880-something. And it went on until 2009. They used to have this is a dark subject with our studio guest, but they used to have the chair there.
Ugh.
Yes. And they housed a lot of famous people. They housed the guy that killed Martin Luther King.
Really?
Yeah, what was his name? James Earl Ray. And he actually escaped from there.
You're kidding.
Yeah, not to
Did he get recaught?
He did. He was he escaped for like 57 hours. But if you're just looking for a short day trip, it's a good trip. It's a nice ride up there, and then they've turned it into a moonshine distillery, and it's called like End of the Line Moonshine, and they have a little restaurant.
End of the line.
End of the line.
That's
moonshine.
cute.
And so they have a restaurant that serves barbecue, and they've got, of course, moonshine and gifts. And
How did you even hear about it?
And the tour's only like $12.
Is it creepy?
It's very creepy, and there is paranormal activity.
What?
Yes, there is paranormal activity. And I experienced a little bit of that paranormal, because, I'm very sensitive to this stuff. Anyway.
I know you are. I know you are.
So we went in, and they have like a museum, and you can watch this documentary that's like 30 minutes long, and we opted to do that first because it's a self-guided tour, and this way, if you watch the little documentary first, you kind of know more about what you're looking at. So
That's cool.
in the when we were watching the little film, I did feel like something swiped my ponytail.
Oh, that was
And but I just, it wasn't really, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And so then after it's over, the lady that was like in charge, she used to work there as like a warden in the, not a warden, but what do they call them, like a prison security guard. So she used to do that. And she said that they do have paranormal activity, and that they actually have an entity in that room that had been very active that day. And had anybody experienced anything? And I didn't raise my hand, but then she was like, we call him George, and he usually stays in that back corner right there, and pointed to where me and my mom were sitting.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It was crazy. So, but she said it's no wonder that it is haunted, because they've been, like I said, they've been open since like 1880, 1890, and then they were open to 2009, and they have an average of about 50-something deaths a year. And they have a saying up there, like, every third step. They've had so much violence, so many attacks, so many people killed that, while
it was a prison, you
while it was a prison,
that
like every third step you take, you're probably standing somewhere where somebody got stabbed or beaten. Yeah.
That sounds so fun.
Well, if you're into this sort of thing, well, I can tell you this: if you've got children that misbehave, you need to take them on this tour, because this was the most horrible place, and you can show these kids this is not where you want to end up.
Well, that's exciting. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's not where you want to end up at all. And I thought, well, this would be a good thing, like if you've got an unruly teenager, to bring them and like let them see that this is not where you want to wind up.
Let's take this call, because they're very persistent.
Okay. I don't have any little headphones today.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Well, hey there. We miss you.
We miss you. I miss you.
We're a little bitter. We're here in studio, and our third, Denise, is out living the dream on the beach.
On the beach.
Hello, maybe. Hello, girl. I'm just wondering why we weren't invited to the day trip.
Well, we were just sitting here wondering why we weren't invited to the beach, but that's cool.
Well, you're always welcome.
Well, that's it for today, ladies. Good show. Denise, I'm headed your way.
I don't know that you would have wanted to do with me last night. Someone waited last minute to book a room, and we didn't make it. We got to sleep in the car.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That is awesome.
Way to go, Tom.
It's really kind of romantic.
Was it romantic?
We parked on the beach, slept here with the dog.
Did you feel like you were teenagers parking again?
We felt like we were teenagers parking at the beach again.
I'm just going to tell you, I could find a room somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Now we're going to find a room.
you were probably a better sport about it than I would have been.
Believe me, I blew up every hotel from here from Montgomery, and everything was booked at, we were going to stop, and let's just drive a little bit further. So by the time we got here at 3 a.m., there's no hotel.
Oh my gosh.
Tom and I we slept on the beach last night. I have a new appreciation for homeless people.
I don't think.
Did you sleep on the beach last night in your Beamer?
I don't think sleeping in your Beamer qualifies. I mean, your seats are pretty luxurious.
They hug you.
They hug you.
It's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I've got major car seat envy.
Not totally homeless.
I've felt like I cheated on Kenny after I got out of your passenger seat before.
Yeah,
I always play the car seat card when there's more than one of us going to ride with Denise so I can have the front.
Well, you ladies don't fret. Tom and I did not leave any hypodermic needles laying around or any fecus. So we are good.
Oh,
That's so nice of you.
That's
so you're
great.
not in L.A. or?
We're not in San Francisco, so we didn't feel like it was appropriate.
Have you heard about the situation with the rats? And is it typhus?
Yeah,
That's what it's
typhoid.
Called? Typhoid. Okay, I wasn't sure what it was called. Typhoid. I don't know what the symptoms of that
Typhus
are.
sounds like a rapper. Then.
Oh, it does. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound good.
No, seriously, this attorney in San Francisco who works on like the 9th floor of a building or whatever. One of the rats in there, in and amongst all the people that are leaving their feces and garbage and needles and whatnot, carried that disease up to her in her office and bit her, and she got typhoid.
Well, they say you can get it from the fleas. Like the fleas get on the rats, and then the fleas get off the rats and can bite people and pets and infect you that way.
I mean,
scary stuff, folks.
Scary.
For the life of me, I cannot figure out why these people are electing these officials who are doing absolutely nothing to help them. They're more worried about booting this, Big Daddy than they are about
fixing. Had to walk out yesterday. I mean, he just walked out. He was like, you don't want to work on the border. You don't want to work on infrastructure. You don't want to work on DACA. All you want to do is these investigations, and he just left.
It's almost like, go ahead, will you please impeach me so that we can move forward? Yeah. You know what I mean? The Senate's not going to do anything. So go ahead, House, vote to impeach, and then maybe we can get something done.
What are they going to impeach on?
Auntie Nancy couldn't even remember how he got elected. She couldn't remember if it was popular vote or electoral college.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you mix Vicodin and vodka.
To the tune of $1,000 every time you step on a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not worried about the homeless in her town.
No, if I were the people voting, I would be voting I feel like if I were running for office, I would just be like, I don't care who the president is. I don't care what's going on outside of the city. I will just go up there and work to try to get some money to try to get something done to help this situation. I don't even want to go to San Francisco anymore.
I never did.
Yeah, it was scary.
I went, and it was really cool, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared I'll catch something or step on a needle. Or they literally have to paint the walls with paint that will repel urine. So it'll bounce back on you if you pee on it in an effort to try to discourage people from urinating on the buildings.
Ooh.
Give me a break.
Some of these folks don't care.
I feel like the men need that in all their bathrooms.
It's a lot.
Well, Denise, we're going to get into this Game of Thrones. I'm calling it an overview, not a summary, but I'm going to have to do this thing before I get 2 or 3 mimosas deep.
Oh, no. I think we should wait.
I have to go at neck break speed to get this in.
Now, this is what we talked about last week. Game of Thrones in 2 minutes, and I'm super excited.
Well, I cannot say it's a summary. I tried to summarize like from season 1 through the finale. And I thought, well, for one thing, that's going to give too much away if anybody does want to watch it. And it's just almost impossible to do. But this is an overview. You would know what you're watching, and hopefully it'll, pique your interest to watch it.
I like it. I think we should do another one next week. Like, what show have we seen? Like Breaking Bad or Prison Break.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I haven't seen Prison Break.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
What?
No, I haven't.
Well, let me ask you a question. In your summary, do you say winter is coming?
I do.
Yes! Because that's the only line I could give you from you.
And now, this will explain why winter is coming.
Oh,
You'll
good, because
understand.
I'm like, doesn't winter
But
come
you're
every
gonna have
year?
to really, listen close.
I'm going to listen hard. I'm gonna be an expert.
All right, lady.
Well, what, are you calling from your car? Because you got nowhere to go.
I'm calling from my suite of the BMW X5.
Passenger seat number 2.
Tell you, lousy room service.
Well, Denise, I have a feeling you could have went to the club last night and found you a place to sleep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tom would have been the only one without if the push came to shove.
Tom's a big guy. He could get rid of them like he did when, when Denise was out on a date when they were teenagers.
Get in the car. You were sleeping in the car.
Out of their own hotel room, and then him and Denise could sleep.
Denise was sleeping in the car out of the goodness of her heart.
Tom was holding me back. I could have got a ring.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Right.
Well, we miss you, and we hope you have bunches of fun.
See you later.
Bye.
Love you, girl. Oh, that Denise. Always out having a big time.
I know, I can't even keep up with where she is.
Living the good life.
Living the dream. Except for the sleeping in the car part.
Yeah, but
I could probably sleep in that car.
It's European.
It is, and there you have it. It just hums.
It really does. It is a nice car.
It's pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I said we were gonna do it at the top of the hour, but you feel like you need to go ahead and get it done?
Well, I may be tripping over my own lips in a few minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want me to wait? I can wait.
Well, I kind of think it would be funny if you were tripping. But we can go, but we've got to time it. We got to see if you can actually do it.
You're gonna have to set your stopwatch on your phone. Do you know how to do that?
That's cute. Yes, but I don't have it because the little people took it. But
Oh, the little.
that's
people.
all right. I got a timer right here, and so when I say go,
Hang up.
you go.
Okay. You tell me when to go. I'm all nervous about this.
On
too.
your mark. Get set. We're waiting for it to change. It's any time now. Go!
Game of Thrones begins in a unified 7 kingdoms. There are only 2 seasons in this fantasy world, summer and winter, and both can last indefinitely. The long summer is ending, and as winter draws near, King Robert asks his best friend, Ned Stark, to serve as hand of the king, which is basically like the vice president, because Robert likes to party more than he likes to rule. Ned has 6 children: Robert, Sansa, Rickard, Arya, Bran, and Jon Snow. Jon is the illegitimate son of Ned, and bastards in the north are assigned the last name Snow. King Robert is married to Cersei Lannister. Just think, medieval Hillary Clinton with the richest dad in the 7 kingdoms. Cersei has 2 brothers, a twin brother Jaime and a drunk dwarf named Tyrion. When the youngest son of Ned stumbles upon Queen Cersei and her twin brother in a sex scene, they push him from a window in an attempted murder which leaves him crippled for life. Ned discovers the truth while serving as hand of the king, but before he can tell his friend, King Robert gets drunk, goes hunting, and dies, so Cersei has Ned beheaded. This starts a war between the Lannisters and the Starks. Ned's daughter Sansa is still set to marry the evil son of Cersei, who is now the new king. Meanwhile, her older brother Robb is gathering an army in the north and has been named King of the North. Her younger sister Arya is in hiding, disguised as a boy. She meets a man who will help her get revenge by training her to become an assassin and steal her victim's identity. Crippled brother Bran is developing psychic powers and getting weirder by the day. Jon Snow has joined the Night's Watch, which is basically border patrol in the far north, where an ice wall protects the realm from an army of frozen zombies led by the Night King, who plans to breach the wall and invade as soon as winter comes. In the east, Daenerys Targaryen, daughter of the Mad King, who was defeated by King Robert, is sold to the Dothraki by her brother. He wants to use the Dothraki to win back the Iron Throne by marrying his sister to their leader, Aquaman. She is given 3 dragon eggs as a wedding gift, and her husband kills her brother. When her husband and baby die, the eggs hatch. She is now queen of the Dothraki and mother of dragons, and she wants to rule. Problem is, King Robert also has 2 brothers, Renly and Stannis, who also want the crown, and so the Game of Thrones begins. But remember, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, and winter is still coming.
Boom! You did it! In less than 2 minutes! That was really, really good. That was a lot. That was intense. Like, there's a lot going on in that show.
There's a lot going on. Are you going to watch now?
That was pretty intriguing. I'm not going to lie. I mean, that's awesome.
And you can understand what I said?
With like 7 seconds to spare.
Yay! Boom! Cheers!
Now, are the Dothraki the dragons?
No.
Okay.
Dothraki are like, they're basically like an army of savages, but they're kind of horse worshippers. And they're not real civilized. They live in tents or teepees or whatever. And so her brother sells her to them thinking, but they are mean, like they're vicious, thinking that, well, she's married to their leader, which is the guy that plays Aquaman, you know.
Aquaman.
Jason.
Ooh.
What's his
Somo or something?
Momoa.
Momoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mimosa.
I don't care what his name
Yeah.
is. I wish it was local pool guy.
You know, and he is married to my man, Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife. Like, how did she get both of these guys?
What?
Yeah, you didn't know
I
this?
didn't know he was married.
Yeah, he's married. Remember, she played Denise on The Cosby Show. What's her name? Bonet. Lisa Bonet. Isn't that her name?
Really?
That's who he's married to, yeah. And
Isn't she older than him?
Yes, she is much older, yeah. I mean, she's really cute, but come on. She was married to Lenny
I need a
Kravitz.
picture.
And then
The
she
daughter?
divorces Lenny Kravitz and gets this guy. How does she do it?
I don't know.
So, the whole thing ends up backfiring on her brother because he thinks that she's just going to be this, basically prisoner. And, but it ends up that Aquaman falls in love with her. So then she kind of has a little control over what he does. And that's why he ends up killing her brother.
Everybody seems to love this girl.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the girl.
For a while. Yeah. For a while.
Well, that's good stuff.
So, I mean, there was 19.3 million people in the U.S. watched the finale.
Wow.
Yeah, and they said by the time it's watched on like HBO Go and people that DVR'd it, it'll probably be like 44 million people in the U.S.
44 million disappointed people.
I don't want to spoil everybody that has seen the show all the way through. You're going to binge watch it, but yeah, you're not going to be happy.
It was, I saw a video, I think you sent it to me, a man, like, picking up his TV and, like, throwing it down in anger.
I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad.
I was like, whoa. This was like a, 70-year-old man. He was not happy.
And I'm a pretty serious Thrones fan. I had the party.
Yeah.
My basement still looks like a medieval dungeon at this point because I left my decorations up all season. Like,
Of course.
I want to light candles and sit in the dungeon when I watch Game of Thrones. But there are people that are more serious about it than me.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And
Well, apparently, if he's willing to just dash out a 48-incher.
But I love the kid, and I think it was like probably a granddaughter in the video. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like,
he was none too pleased with how that went down.
he was not happy.
Mm-mm. Nobody likes a bad ending.
Did you watch the video I sent you where it's Morgan Freeman does the
Yeah,
summary?
well, I started to watch it, but I had my small human with me.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff was like, And I was like, it's just Morgan Freeman talking. He goes, well, I know the sender. You need to watch it later.
Right.
Okay.
That was probably smart. I mean, there's a little language in there, nothing she hasn't heard from me, but
Jessica calls me in the car, and the first thing I say is, Maybe's in the car with me, and Maybe goes, I know I can't repeat anything she says, Mom.
yeah, that's what she said when I was babysitting her. My mom already said, I can't repeat anything that you say.
Maybe, goodness, she's a little brutally honest.
Well,
I took her over to one of her little friends' houses, and I was standing there talking to her mom because I'm friends with her mom. And her mom looks at Maybe and just says, "We're going to grill out some steaks tonight." And Maybe goes, "Oh, good, because every other time I'm here, you have pizza."
oh, they can let it rip.
I know. I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah. And my son told, well, when we throw my sister under the bus here, but it was my sister. And we went to her house one day, and so my son then was only like 4 or 5, and her name's Laura, but he couldn't pronounce it, and he called her Woa. You know, he's like, Woa, you need to clean your house. And I was like, Tucker, that's rude, and our house gets messy too. And he goes, no, Mama, not like this. He was like, our house has never been this bad. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, gotta love them. Gotta
You
love
have
the kids.
to love them.
my friend was telling me she has like a little dog that sometimes has an accident, in the house. And she said that she'd had one, and it was, like a little yellow circle right by the door. She's probably wanting to get out, but
Yeah.
and she said maybe it's just looking at it, and she could tell that her wheels were turning. She was thinking, oh, we need to clean up the pee. Maybe that dog needs to drink more water because it was real yellow.
She's like diagnosing. That urine looks really concentrated.
I need to check on the old dog kidneys.
That's not straw color. Where did she learn those
I
from?
don't know. But I gotta work with her about her
Just put
honesty.
just a little filter. A little filter on there.
She's like an 80-year-old Yankee. You know what I mean?
She's basically like Donald Trump. She's
That could be worse.
She's a little Trump. You're fake news.
Yeah. Just saying. Oh my word.
Oh my goodness.
Good times.
Well, let me tell you this story that I read about. And this almost just made me sick. Okay, so this woman, 30 years ago, she buys a ring at a flea market for $13. And it's like, she thinks that it's this costume jewelry that, she says there's no way it could be real. This is the biggest diamond she's ever seen. But for some reason, she was drawn to it. She liked it. She bought it. She's worn it for 30 years, okay? She's in the grocery store one day, and this man is behind her. And she gets the sense that this man's staring at her. He follows her out into the parking lot. And she's thinking, like, is he a rapist? Like, she was really feeling very nervous and anxious. So
Right.
she turned around and confronted him. And he was like, I want to see your ring. And she was like, no, I don't know. You're not seeing my ring. And he goes, it doesn't belong to you. And she's just like, this guy's crazy. So who knows who he was, but it got her thinking. So she takes this ring to, I think it's called Sotheby's or something in London, right?
Right.
To get it appraised.
Love that place.
She drops it off, and she's thinking, like, well, what if they make fun of me? Because here I am bringing in this costume jewelry.
Right.
But this guy, like, really got her worried about the ring. Come to find out, when the ring is appraised, it is a 26-carat diamond. It is over 200 years old.
What?
And the reason that it kind of went under the radar is they said that the diamond cutters of that time were more concerned with preserving the weight of the stone than the shine. So it did have like it was like a cushion cut, and it was kind of dull looking.
I love the
that's
cushion
why
cut.
She thought that it was fake because they didn't really do it to make it shine. They wanted to preserve the weight of the stone.
Oh, how much was it worth?
So she goes, well, this is the other thing, too. They said more than likely it belonged to a member of the royal family.
What?
because it was so big and it was 200 years old, and who else would have had this rock unless, they were probably royals. So.
Right.
So anyway, she lets the ring go to auction, and this piece of $13 jewelry she'd been wearing sold for $851,000 American.
Good for her.
Can you imagine?
That is awesome.
But I'm like, this never would happen to me. I'm the one who, if I was very rich, would pay $851,000 for a fake. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, this would never. Like, I would never get
That
the one I
is
thought was
so
fake. And it turned
cool,
out to be real.
though.
But now I'm wondering, how did this ring wind up in a flea market? Was it stolen? Who was the guy at the grocery store saying it doesn't belong to you, or was he just like a jewel guy and
Yeah,
he
I wonder
knows
if he was like an expert in
he knows
antique
when you're
jewelry
getting into
or-
your Prius that this $1 million ring doesn't belong to you?
Do you have issues with Prius?
No, but I'm just saying, usually people with a Prius don't have $1 million ring on their hand.
Have I shown you the Prius?
I don't want to piss off the Prius people,
Pretty sure
okay?
driving a Prius entitles you to a lot.
But I honestly don't think anybody driving a Prius can take me, so I'm not.
I'm pretty sure no one. There's not many
At least
people.
they take me with
Unless they're in like a
They take me-
Escalade, they cannot take this.
If they take me with their Prius, like they can wipe me out with that, maybe.
Yeah. take out a little toe.
Yeah. Who threw that rock?
Yeah. That is pretty amazing, though.
I know.
And just think, like, if that dude in the grocery had not,
She just been wearing this ring for 30 years. Just wearing it around every day.
Can you imagine?
And she said she even thought when she got it, I know it's not real, but one day, it's going to be inspiration that I'm going to be wearing this ring, and one day I'm going to buy a real ring,
That is so cute.
Yeah, well.
So what's she going to do?
I don't know. She got the 851,000. I don't know how many pounds that is.
I don't know either. I don't know the value of the dollar over there.
They said she paid was $13 American, which was 10 English pounds. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Good for her. Boom.
Yeah.
Apparently, we need to go to the flea market
I'm
at
just
Scotiamore.
so sick. It wasn't me.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I would have a hard time letting go of the ring. Oh, really?
Oh, no. I'd be like, bye-bye.
No, I'd be like,
I'm going to pay off my house and my office. And
can you get this thing shined up?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry, 26 carat?
oh, yeah.
Be like the queen. I'm married to myself. Well, pow! Hold up that hand with a little bling on it. Good times. That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess that bride that was disappointed in her engagement ring wouldn't have been too disappointed with that.
I still feel badly for her. I mean, I
I kind of do too. I do
I'm
feel
sorry.
like you just have to be. I mean, the ring is not what's most important. But if you're going to
It's
wear
not.
the ring every day of your life, and somebody's going to give you like an heirloom ring, they need to be prepared that you might want to have it reset or
But you
something
set
to
the expectation so high.
going to
You
Tiffany's.
don't take me to Tiffany's and then hand me something out of a Cracker Jack box.
Well,
You show me 10 things out of a Cracker Jack box, and then you give me something from Tiffany's.
Yeah.
That's the right direction.
but it was his mother's ring.
You diminish the
so-
expectation, and then they're pleasantly surprised when it's more than expected. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think to him, though, he thought with it being his mother's ring that the sentimental part of it was going to make up for the lack of the Tiffany diamond.
He must have a pretty amazing mom. Because, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, she's probably known his mom for, what, a year or two? She doesn't have the connection, maybe, that he does, having
Yeah.
fed from her breast. You know what I mean?
You said it's from her breast.
I'm just saying, like,
Well,
I don't know. I just think it was he set the expectation too high.
I mean, I think the mom should have told him this might not go over well. Mom should have prepared him for that.
Yeah.
That this may not go over
Mom
well.
probably doesn't like her and was like, oh, yeah, you should totally give her my ring.
Yeah, you should give her
Yeah.
the quarter
You took her
carat.
to Tiffany's? You should, no, screw Tiffany's. Look, I got something for you.
Yeah, forget that big solitaire at Tiffany's. Give her this quarter carat.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where she might have loved that ring had he not taken her to Tiffany's.
True.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I
mean,
think it put a
honestly.
shock on her. She had a shock come down on her. when
Yeah,
she
it
saw
just fell on her.
She's like, what? Okay.
She did not have a pregnancy come down on her after that.
Yeah, I'll marry you, but what is this?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. That's a little rough. You should, I mean.
but I think she should have maybe faked the excitement and then had the discussion later.
She didn't handle it well. But
She
he didn't
didn't.
handle it. He handled it worse.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
But she was roasted. I mean, roasted on the internet for
I
her
don't like
response.
the internet shaming of people. I don't like the internet mom shaming either.
Oh,
That's so annoying.
you know, I see a lot of that, and I see there's so much pressure on new moms to breastfeed for 5 years or whatever.
Wow,
and,
that's a lot.
yeah, I mean, it just seems
Yeah.
like there's a lot of pressure.
There is a lot of pressure. I see. I didn't breastfeed at all. Didn't try.
Yeah.
But I don't tell people that because,
They get
you
all
the majorly-
upset.
well, they didn't get all the nutrients and all the antibodies and da-da-da-da-da. I'm
I
like,
don't think it's effective.
I just thought it would
maybe.
be weird, personally, to have, like, another human sucking on my food. Honestly. Like, that just
Well, it
totally
is-
weirded me out.
It is weird. It is.
Like, I get it for
it's
some
a,
people.
It's a strange feeling.
That's
It
weird.
didn't last long over at my house, I can tell you that.
Kenny jealous?
No. But I can tell you the only good thing about it is, at night, you don't have to get up and warm that bottle and everything. You
Yeah.
just whip her out and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing about it. But you have to watch your diet, and then, some babies have problems with the feeding, and I just say, don't put all that pressure on yourself. If it's easier on you to bottle feed, just do that. But I see a lot of shaming on the internet about it.
Oh, a lot of shaming.
Mhm.
Oh, and then here's the one the epidural shaming. Well, I had her naturally. Like, well, you're dumb.
Well, I know people that did, and that, they are glad that they did. They said the recovery's quicker
Yes,
or whatever.
I'm just kidding. You're
But
not dumb.
But you don't shame people.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have been offended before because people said I didn't experience childbirth because I had a cesarean.
Well, you couldn't help that.
You can't
I
help
could have
it,
helped
and
the
it's
epidural.
It's still definitely childbirth. I mean, I don't know how they would say you didn't experience childbirth.
Who would say that? What's wrong with
This has
people?
been like just people on the internet, like on Facebook. They say, "Oh, you had a C-section, you didn't experience childbirth."
Oh, my word.
And then
That
there's
is
like
terrible.
women that miss it, that are like, "Oh, I wish I could have went through the why." Like,
Yeah. No.
I
I had the epidural. I didn't mean you're dumb if you didn't have one. I just meant, like, that's your choice.
it's your choice.
But don't shame me because I did. Did you know in France, like, everyone has it, and if you don't, you're the oddball?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say somebody's dumb, but I would say they have a much higher pain tolerance than I have.
No, I got to 2, and I was like, drugs!
Yeah, I think I was at 4 when I got the epidural.
Yeah, I
but
know.
then, Tucker went into distress. He was trapped, so we had to do an emergency C-section. But it's just, people want to shame you.
No, and I don't understand that. I want to be where we just build everyone up.
Yeah.
Or I want to be able, and I have good mom friends that I can, like, tell my shortcomings to, and they don't judge me. They help me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I were to put something on the internet and say, this is what I did, nobody would be trying to build me, oh, don't feel badly, I've been through that or this or that. They would just be like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you should feel, you should be embarrassed, da, 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 da. And why aren't we in a society where we build people up anymore? It's sad.
I don't know, but there's some that do think that they're perfect or whatever, but nobody's perfect. And I'm sure those women that think they're perfect, when their kids get grown, they're going to find issues with some part of their upbringing just like everybody else. Everyone's going to say, oh, it was so perfect.
It's just crazy. But then I do know a handful of, like, the magic parents that, like, don't shame anybody, but they're also, like, perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they homeschool and they eat all this healthy stuff, and their kids are nice, and there's a little part of me that wants to shame them, but it's more because I'm jealous.
I have to tell you, when we were at Kyle's graduation, okay, And this sounds really mean of me, but I can't help it. There was a family that was one of those families sitting in front of us.
Yeah.
And, like, when the school's alma mater came on, and they all stood up, they held hands, they sang it together. And I was
And you took your samurai sword and chopped all their heads off.
I was like, sit down. I mean,
It's so perfect. I know.
Like,
I know. It's a lot. I know one in particular is like way magic, and I'm like so jealous.
I was kind of the mom that, in the pickup line they blew the whistle at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Literally didn't know what time my kid got out of school at one point.
Well, that's because she outsmarted you.
She
on that.
outsmarted me when she was in preschool. I thought so. We had someone picking her up. Okay, first of all, let me just say that. It lasted
Now
so
you're
long.
going to get roasted. You have to defend yourself.
Nobody listens. But it lasted so long because I didn't normally pick her up. We had a sitter that helped pick her up at 3:45.
Uh-huh.
But one day the sitter couldn't do it, so I went to pick her up. And, normally I'm the late mom, but I got there and there were no cars there. This was like halfway through the year.
Yeah.
And so I go and I pick her up, and I just happened to mention to the, lady as I'm waiting for
So
maybe.
sorry I'm late.
Yeah, I was like, why is nobody here? And she was like, well, we don't get out till 4:30. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? So then I get my human in the car, and I'm like, maybe. You don't get out till 4:30. And she freaks out. She's like, who told you? She's so upset that the gig is up.
Oh, yeah. Once when Tucker was in kindergarten, I went to pick him up, and he wasn't in the line. And so I started to panic, and I'm like asking his teacher, where's Tucker? And she's like, I put him on the bus. He said he was riding the bus today. So the bus had not left yet, but she had to go get him off the bus.
Had he ever ridden the bus?
No. But he wanted to really bad. Like, this was his thing, He wanted to ride the bus. So he lied and told her,
No.
I'm riding the bus today. And he knew which bus to get on because my niece and nephew still went to that school at the same time. They were like in 5th grade. He was in kindergarten. So he was just going to get off the bus with them. And he just decided that he was just going to say this. And she believed him. So she comes bringing him to the car, holding his hand, and he was so upset when he got in. He was like, why won't you let me ride that bus? I ended up letting him ride the bus home with him one day, but yeah, I was like, you can't do that. You scared me to death.
God, I love these kids. Man.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to ride the bus with my cousins today. And my mom said I'm supposed to get off at my grandma's house with my cousins.
That's awesome.
I'm sure he was sitting on there full of excitement.
Yeah, and then deflated.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's just waiting. Drive.
He's in the getaway bus.
Yeah. I can just see that bus rolling down the road with Mad Jessica Mommy behind it. Pulling up beside it.
But what's funny,
Giving him a stink eye.
the bus driver was the same bus driver I had as a kid. This was when Tucker was in
Wow.
Birchwood. Yeah. He was the same bus driver that I had as a kid. And he retired, I think, when Tucker was maybe in 1st or 2nd grade. He finally retired, but it was time because he had passed up my niece and nephew waiting at the bus stop before because he didn't see them standing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's really, really sweet guy. Oh, speaking of my Birchwood family, we need to pray for my friends Penny and Frank Friedel. Frank had a heart attack.
Oh, no.
And I love them. They're really good people, and we just need to say a prayer for him. I think he's in CCU right now, but God's gonna fix it. So, yeah.
God is awesome. Well, that's good. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yep.
Well.
This is a long show without Denise.
Poor Denise.
Speaking of, since we're on the subject of picking kids up from school, I saw on Facebook that there is a school in Pennsylvania that has banned parents from showing up in their PJs. You cannot bring your kid in your PJs in the morning.
What do they care?
You cannot pick your kid up in your PJs. This would be a major problem for me.
that would be a huge problem.
Have you ever dropped maybe off in your PJs?
I mean, yes, but I don't get out of the car.
I have had to get out of the car. When Tucker was late in elementary school and I had to sign him in, but I would always do not that it makes it a lot better, but I would always throw a sweatshirt on over my PJs or something and go in and, sign him in. Not anymore, folks. Not at this school. You can't do that. But I don't really think they have the right to tell you.
No,
you
I don't think. I mean,
it's not indecent.
Are they like scantily clad PJs, or is it like the T-shirt and the sleep
That's
pants?
what I'm thinking. Basically, though, my PJs are just clothes that I won't wear in public anymore. So, you like just staring at me. I said, basically, my PJs aren't actual PJs. They're clothes that are not fit to be seen in public anymore.
Yeah, that's
so it's like
because they don't fit anymore.
It's like sweatpants with a spaghetti stain on them, things like that. But I'd have to run in the school like that every once in a while and sign Tucker in. Hey, about Mom, you're not gonna fix up or anything?
I mean, if I knew we were gonna be late and I would have to go in, I might throw on a pair of jeans or something.
I didn't bother, but
I don't understand what does the school care?
Do they? But do you think that this is a violation?
I mean, I just don't.
I think they're overstepping. It's government overreach.
Overreach. What are they going to do? What are they going to do if I come in my pajamas?
Well, I don't know.
That's just like a friend of ours' kid. So they made some, random, they've got a dress code at schools, and I get, you can't wear, Daisy Dukes or this or that.
Yeah.
But apparently they came out and said you can't wear athletic pants. I don't know why the men, the boys can't wear athletic pants. I don't know why this would be a rule. That seems very arbitrary. It's pants, and they're like, there's nothing inappropriate about them.
I don't think Tucker's supposed to wear athletic pants to school.
So, but I know a young man and his buddies, they were like, oh no, and so they took a stand and they wore them to school every day. And their position was, if Bobby over here, the boy, can wear stiletto boots down the hall, I can wear pants. I can wear jogging pants.
I see. I mean,
give me a break.
I see the point. Well, I saw there was a big controversy about a girl at school, and this is a high school, and I forget what state it was in, but she was really fighting because they had dress coded her for not wearing a bra. And she was like, it's my right not to wear a bra if I don't want to, but I think I can see why you might need to. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would be dependent on the shirt. I mean, if we're talking about like a tight white T-shirt, but if we're talking about a shirt, a normal. Well,
the shirt that I saw on the internet picture was like, it was basically like a cami. It was like a tank top, kind of, one of those spaghetti strap tops. And it was obvious that she was not wearing a bra. And I can kind of see that this is like, bras are optional, I guess, but I think if you're going to be completely dressed, you need it. You need it.
I mean, nobody's a fan. I don't know a woman that's out there like, I love my bra. You know what I mean? This is an amazing bra.
Episode.
Oh, what fun I'm having with my bra. But I think if you're trying to be sexy or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She says it's a comfort thing. She doesn't want to wear it. It's constricting. It's
then
hot.
stop wearing a cami. You know what I mean? Wear a gray T-shirt.
Well, you don't necessarily have to wear a bra. You can wear like an undershirt, like a Spanx type thing,
Or just wear a white undershirt, like Jeff. A white undershirt and a polo. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you have to do something. You can't be going around with headlights on in high school.
That's distracting for the male teachers, probably.
It's distracting for everybody. I see somebody like that, and I'm thinking, what are they doing?
Yeah. It could be laundry day, though. You know what I mean?
Well, this seems like it was a habit with her. She just didn't want to do it, and I don't know how that turned out. I need to research that. Wasn't prepared for that to come up. I wasn't prepared.
I I personally think schools should have uniforms. It's just easier. I know kids hate them, but it diminishes some of the class, differentials, in my opinion, and it's just easier. And then you don't have stuff like that. I mean, you know what I mean?
I do see that in a way, but then in another way, I always liked getting dressed for school and wearing different outfits, and people can express their personality and their different, individuality.
Yeah, but...
And even with the uniforms, you can still kind of tell, like, people make it their own anyway.
They make it their own, but I think it cuts down on a lot. The kid that has no money and, is still wearing the polo and the khaki shorts that everyone else is wearing.
That's true. That's true. But, when I was picking Tucker up from school, I did notice that a lot of the kids, like, they come to school, especially the girls, and they're very casual. Like, they look really comfortable. And
I was surprised,
they got the messy bun, and I'm thinking, getting ready for school in, like, the 80s, early 90s, it was a procedure.
It was an event.
Yes. I mean, my hair was... It was a sculpture.
I mean, just to get my bangs the size of a volleyball was a lot.
Yes.
And,
like, I was picking out my outfit and one of my shoes to match my bag every day.
I was a fire hazard.
I was definitely a fire hazard.
I was a major fire hazard.
Well, I told you this story. I caught myself on fire before with my hair. I caught my hair on fire.
It stings.
A lot of hairspray.
I have a really big forehead, so there's, like, a lot to cover. A whole lot. It's because I have a big brain. But there's a lot to cover.
Me and my friend Jenny, we had like a little thing where I wanted my hair to be bigger than hers. Like, it was a thing. If I got to school and her hair was bigger than mine that day, like, I'm in the bathroom with the pick, teasing, trying to get my hair bigger. To the point that someone had to ask to be moved out from behind me because they could not see around my hair. Like, we need to get another seat so we can see the board.
Yeah. It was a lot. I'm kind of glad that hairstyle is out.
Well, you know what I liked about that hairstyle was that fried hair was in style. And I have a hard time not frying my hair. And you really had to fry your hair or it wouldn't fix right.
Yeah. It was very fuzzy.
Fuzzy, yeah.
But gosh,
just
looking
like
back
triple
on it,
process.
I mean, like, I see hair, like, my hair today, I feel is very boring. I got the middle part and it's straight. But I also feel like if I look at my picture in 30 years from now, I'm not going to be like, oh, what was I thinking with my hair?
Yeah.
Like, when I look at the 80s, I'm like, what? Weave.
Oh, yeah. I saw pictures at my in-laws' house of my sister-in-law, Christy, and her hair was amazing in the 80s. She had the best 80s hair I think I've ever seen. It was the best 80s hair.
She's cute anyway.
Oh, yeah, she's really cute. But when you see these pictures, like, she had it going on with that hair.
That's awesome.
And I do like big hair. I feel like big hair makes me look skinnier.
It definitely does. It's just hard to pull off these days.
Yeah.
Well,
nowadays you can do a lot of volume. You can go volume, but just not the stiff.
Massive. I mean, you've seen my hair crimped because we had an 80s party one time.
Maybe wasn't thrilled.
It was new, but it was big. I mean, it was big.
You have a lot of hair.
I do have a lot of hair, but that makes me look skinnier.
Yeah.
When I can make the top massive, it's like an umbrella. Everything under that is, tiny.
I used to do my sides out, like the really far. My mother was like,
you got to get the spray.
Yeah,
right?
my mom was like, you look like a cobra. I felt like I looked so good.
You're like, what's the point? Wings, baby.
She was like, you look like a cobra. Yeah, I definitely had wings.
And it was always really stiff and kind of looked gross right at my temples.
I will tell you, I used the Rave No. 4.
Boom.
And then I would spray it, like saturate, and then use the blow dryer.
Yes, to get it to dry, sticking out to the side.
Yeah, get it to...
Oh, yeah, baby. It was a lot. Yeah. I'm sure, I can only imagine what the boys thought when we, got in the pool. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised that the pool just wouldn't have been so slimy, but I tried really hard not to get my hair wet. My hair is naturally curly, so getting it wet's a thing. It goes back.
But I can't wear my hair up anymore. If I have a hat on, I can wear it up because the hat kind of helps hold the weight of it.
I'm surprised I'm not bald because I did I bleached my hair, permed my hair, and then like when I would take a shower, then I put in these handfuls of Dippity Doo gel, and then blow dry it out, and then curl it, and then do this spray with the blow dryer, and it was a sculpture.
Yeah.
But my point was that the girls today, they don't really get dressed up for school.
No, they don't care.
And they look cute. I'm not saying they don't look cute, but
and some of them get dressed up.
Yeah,
some of them they'll go in their sweats and their flip flops and a t-shirt and their hair on top of their head. And I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
You know?
I seen a kid with a Snuggie one time, like just
wow.
Yeah, like
there
they
you
took
have
their
it.
Snuggie
That's
to
cold
school.
at school.
They looked really comfortable, like me when I'm just Netflix and chill.
I know. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad because I mean, I don't want them to be all about the other sex. You know?
Maybe I could have done that if I was more of a natural beauty. But even when I was a teenager, I was just never like, oh, I just wake up pretty, like I can just go out with a floppy bun kind of a look.
Like, yeah. The only thing I had going for me as a teen was I was skinny.
Yeah, I was skinny.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was not well off. So, I mean, like, everything I had, everything I owned had been on layaway for at least 3 to 5 weeks prior.
Goodies layaway.
Dude, goodies. I love goodies.
I loved goodies layaway.
Oh, man. And, yeah, I just wasn't in the popular crowd, as they say.
Mm.
But I was skinny. I weighed 90 pounds, until I was like 25. And then it sort of tanked. But,
well, I miss being skinny.
yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be there again.
I don't know, man. I believe in the powder. Embrace the powder.
I'm working on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll lose some weight on it. Hopefully
I'll never be that again. I know that. I'll never be high school skinny again.
I just like, I don't care if I'm like high school skinny. I just don't want to have to be a contortionist to shave my legs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just.
I want to be that weight. I just want to get back to that weight where you could buy stuff without trying it on.
Oh, those were the days.
Oh my God. I took advantage. I did not. I took that for granted.
Oh my God. And
Terribly.
ladies, I don't remember when I was skinny sweating in the fitting room. Now, when I go try on clothes, it's like I've worked out. Like I am burning up.
Yeah.
The clothes start to stick to me. My hair is all over my head.
And then they always look better in the dressing room,
For sure.
which is a bunch of hoo.
It's all about the lighting.
I know. Well, apparently they got heat lamps in there.
They must, because I burn out.
I do too.
And
And I hate doing it.
I didn't have to try a lot of things on, though, when I was skinny. But
I never had to try anything on.
But certainly when I did try things on, I didn't feel like I had a workout.
No.
I'm exhausted when I come out of the fitting room and depressed usually.
Yep. And especially if I've got some money to blow, I'll find 85 things and I'll try them all on and nothing will work.
And then, too, it's depressing because of the sizes and the range of size. I have some things that I've tried on in an 8 and it fit. And then I've had things where it's a 14 and it's tight.
Yeah.
And
that's
when you try to zip up a 14 and it's tight, that's upsetting,
And I don't know what's wrong with these retailers, but if I were, going to open a boutique, I'm not buying from you unless your stuff runs big.
Oh, that China.
Hello.
Shame on you, China. China stuff is so small.
Oh, yeah. That's ridiculous. But I don't care if I'm a big girl. I want to wear a 4. You know what I mean?
Just so a 4 in it.
That's what I'm saying. Make your stuff run big. Make us feel better about ourselves.
True.
Hello?
Yeah.
This is not rocket science. I mean,
Not.
what the heck? I can't even believe this is a thing. Our stuff runs small. Well, you're dumb, okay? Those people are dumb. You wanna go without an epidural, you're not dumb. You're just brave. You want to make your stuff run small, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if you're a size 2. You don't want to wear a 6 because their stuff runs small. You know what I mean?
No.
And I can guarantee you if you're a 12, you don't want to wear a 16.
No.
You know?
It really does something to your self-esteem, the number.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. Everything should run big.
Yeah.
If you were smart.
I've picked up things and I've been like, on what planet is this a large? I'm looking at it and it'd be like tiny.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm like, what planet is this a large on? What color is the sky?
I'm telling you. It's a
So
lot.
stuff maybe could wear.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Woo!
Another show. We got through Game of Thrones in 2 minutes.
Game of Thrones in 2
I
minutes.
think you're going to watch it now.
I liked it. It's intriguing. There's a lot. I mean, it sounds like it's very entertaining because there's a lot going on.
Mountain and you're going to watch Game of Thrones.
It's not slow. I don't like a slow show, which apparently is the thing right now.
Well, it is kind of, I wouldn't say it's slow. There's a lot that goes on. Usually every episode makes you want to watch the next one.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
But it's when you do have to pay attention to what's being said.
Well, that's what I like. You know, if you got to stay focused, it's going to keep your attention. You know, if you can, like, do your laundry and load the dishwasher and do all that, then, you know.
No. You can't do that.
So, I like it. I'm excited. And I guess next week we'll return with Denise back in action unless she's sleeping in her car in some other fabulous city.
I may go out to her car and take a nap next week.
I'm not above it, not going to lie. The little huggy seat. But until then, men jumping on trampolines.
Jacobs.com. Hey folks, do you like model aircraft? Do you like to watch people fly airplanes around? Well, guess what? The Bradley County Radio Control Model Aircraft Club would like to invite the public to their 9th annual Memorial Day weekend Warbirds Over Cleveland event. That's right. Saturday, May the 25th. That's Saturday, May the 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Flying begins at